Wow, it's YouTube, babies. So I was driving today by my lonesome. I mean, Hallie was with me, but she's not much for talking. And so I had this idea that's the stupidest thing. They need to, you remember that comic I was reading by Gary Duggan called Cockjewel?
Yes.
Okay, so Gary Duggan, this is just like for you, for me to talk to you directly. There's my camera. Make it into a movie. And then you cast Kim Cattrall, Sarah Jessica Parker, the other two girls from Sex and the City. You put them all on each other's shoulders in a big trench coat, and they start fucking the city. You call it Cock Juice, Sex and the City, because they're fucking the actual town.
Yeah. Yeah, man,
Just think
that's
about it.
I I just did think about it.
You hard?
I'd probably be harder for that than what you actually got in the book, which sounded pretty fucking weird.
I mean, it was pretty fucking weird, but it's like it really just depends on, and this is gonna be like to all the horse fans out there, pretty offensive, but it depends on how much Sarah Jessica Parker's doing the fucking or how much Kim Cattrall, and I think there was like a brunette that was actually pretty. But then like if it's like Kim, if it's Sarah Jessica Parker or the ginger one where it's like oof, a show based on sex around you two, really? Who wants
I
this?
don't even remember what they looked like.
I mean, Sarah Jessica Parker, I think she's retired now and is, working at and like living in a nice stable somewhere. And then Kim Cattrall was in Big Trouble in Little China, and then the redheaded lady was just like, it's like, really?
Yeah, the brunette's pretty.
Yeah, she's pretty. I don't know her name though.
Let's see, we've got Kim. Oh, fuck off, ads.
Is that the
Cynthia
redhead?
Nixon and Kristen Davis was the pretty red or pretty brunette.
Yeah. Let us know down below. Who do you think's the prettiest? Are you like horse me up, or are you like I like that crypt keeper looking redhead?
I'll say this though, Sarah Jessica Parker in Hocus Pocus was fine as hell.
Oh, dude, I agree. Like, I didn't know that was her for the longest time because
Hmm.
she didn't have a saddle on.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
no, she was. I wonder if it's just because of the ladies she was with.
I think a lot of it was makeup too.
Yeah.
They kind of gave her, well, she was a witch, but they kind of gave her an emo look that I'm always very into. So,
Oh, I didn't know that was still like bread and butter for you. I thought that was just like you had like at a certain age you kind of you stopped with that.
I don't know. You know, one of those phrases like you can take the whatever out of the whatever, but not the blank out of the blank. But yeah, I'm always gonna be pretty into emo chicks.
Nah, I get it. So you can take the high schooler out of Jake, but you can't take the emo girl out of him.
Yeah, that'll work. I was like, oh boy, this is gonna be bad, isn't it? All right. Shall we do the regular episode?
Let's do it.
Oh wait, we don't have an opener.
I mean, you had like half of one.
Oh yeah. Oh, no, hold on. I got it. I got it. What
All
was
right.
that? Let's see.
Let us know down below, guys, for those that are watching. Who was the hottest Hocus Pocus broad? And
There's only
Is
one
broad
answer.
still offensive? Ugh. It'd be funny if someone was like, I like the lady that was the voice of Peggy Hill.
She was the brunette lady?
Yeah,
Huh,
That's Peggy
had
Hill.
no idea.
it's one of those glass shattering moments. Like I'm in a King of the Hill group on Facebook, and I was like, "What? That's Peggy?" And then like you hear her talk, and you're like, "Oh, it is. Yeah, clearly." I don't know
Mm,
how I didn't notice.
no, that's great. The first time I ever heard
Yeah.
that.
No, like next time you watch it, you'll be like, "Oh shit, that is just Peggy Hill. That's awesome."
Yeah. I watched, so I think it came out maybe not this last Halloween, but the one before, but they did Hocus Pocus 2. And it was not very good,
Yeah.
sadly. I like the first one.
No, the
Always
first
have.
it it's one of those things where it's like it's a neat that they did it because it was like the amount of time for the like the next one to happen. So like it made
Yeah.
sense that they were able to, but
I mean,
yeah,
I
I didn't
wasn't
hear good
mad that I
things.
watched it, but at the same time, like it wasn't good.
Yeah. But at the hey, let's just say this. Let's just toss this out there. You're not the target audience. We're too old for it, even though we should be the target audience since we were the ones that grew up with the movie.
True. True.
But they took our media.
Yeah, they sure did. All right, I'm ready now.
All right.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Two Worlds podcast. I'm Jake, and with me, as always, is the Harry McKenna to my Steve McKenna. It's Casey. What's up, buddy?
Not much, man. What's up with you? And I don't know what that reference is.
Okay, so Donald Sutherland passed away this week, which is very
R.I.P.
sad. R.I.P. Um, but one of my favorite movies, The Mechanic, starring Jason Statham and
Hmm.
Donald Sutherland and Ben Foster. Donald played Harry and Ben played his son Steve. So
Okay.
that was
Now,
like the quickest Donald Sutherland reference that came to mind.
now is Donald Sutherland related to Queefer Sutherland?
Here's the thing. Yes. Also, I didn't know that.
Okay.
It never clicked until I actually saw Kiefer's tweet the day after Donald passed, and it was like, thank you for the outpour of sympathy over the death of my father. And I was like, holy shit, why did I never put that together?
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, it's a damn shame. He was a good actor,
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I can't place him.
really.
Yeah, I probably have seen him and stuff before,
Like
but
even right now, you don't know what he looks like?
I mean, I know I've seen like after he passed, I saw him in like interviews and shit that people are posting on Twitter. But like as far as placing him in a movie, I just can't place him in a movie.
I'm trying to think of something that you would have seen.
It's so I've seen like a lot of weird movies that he's probably been in, but I don't, it's one of those things where I just wasn't paying attention to who was in it outside of like maybe one actor.
Right. I mean, a big one that you probably didn't see was the Hunger Games movies.
Yeah, no, I didn't watch those.
Mm, yeah. I don't know. I mean, he's been in a ton
Yeah,
of shit,
I'll pull it up really quick.
but anyway, how's your week been?
Oh, not so bad. It's, hot. Other than that, I went to the gym today, which was nice, and it was just a fucking hot ass time in there. I was like dripping sweat.
Yeah.
You would have seen me there. You'd be like, that fucking Casey's gross. Like I just like, hey buddy, and you'd be like, oh, like just covered.
I had a bit of a snafu with my computer
Uh-oh.
these last few days.
What happened?
It just stopped displaying. Like everything would turn on, couldn't get it to display.
Yeah.
Had a mutual friend of ours, Cal, look at it. He he took it home and he was like, it works every time here. I'm like, okay, well, that's odd. Brought it back home and nothing. So I don't know, since Thursday night, I had trouble. And then today, uh, I was with another friend and he popped the little button battery off of the motherboard for about 5 minutes and pushed it back in. The fucking thing worked.
Of course it did.
Something that I don't know. I don't know how he thought to do it. I'm gonna say it was divine intervention because I'm like, dude, what?
Yeah. I was thinking it was gonna be like a cable or something that just, plugged in from one to the other and that type of thing.
No, dude. I tried 3 monitors, my
Oh,
my
okay.
TV, switched around cords, thought got a new graphics card that I'm just keeping anyways. Yeah. Went and bought a new power supply that I need to return now because that wasn't the issue.
Yeah. And like as someone that doesn't know much about computers, but I do know about being cheap, that had to make your stomach just fucking turn. Like that this isn't working.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah. I
like
was
that's
like,
upsetting. Just yeah.
well, when you can't get a display, my first thought was, oh, my ancient fucking graphics card has shit out and it's time for a new one.
Yeah.
But when that didn't work, I was like, oh, well, I can't afford both the graphics card and everything else.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was kind of sweating. It's kind of sweating today until we got it worked. So
Now I gotta like this is gonna be some computer training 101, but what the hell is a graphics card? I mean, it just makes it so that you can play like better games, but like you just talked about one being ancient. Does it fucking go bad?
well, I mean, they can go bad. It's just, obviously the newer your graphics card, the better performance and the better games look. So I was using that they come in series. The one I was using was in the 1000 series. So the model was a 1060. The one I replaced it with is a 4060.
Okay.
And so like there's a 1060, a 1080, a 2000, a
Yeah,
2040, a 2060,
I get
all
you.
the way up to 40. So that's how far out I was.
Yeah.
And prices have been stupid. Started with COVID, then everybody was mining Bitcoin, so you couldn't get a fucking graphics card for a good price. Now, after that, people are snatching them up for AI use. Um, so whenever I was looking, I'm like, shit, I'm gonna have to replace this graphics card, and they're gonna be expensive still. Thankfully, they really weren't. The one, the one that I got, um, like last year was $700, and I got it for like less than half of that by like a lot. So
Yeah.
it was just like, what a relief.
Right. Jeez.
So it's like, fuck, dude, for $700, you could almost buy a pre-built PC that's, I mean, not top of the line, but good enough.
Yeah. Hmm.
So it's whatever. It's fixed. Hopefully it stays fixed.
Yeah.
But in other news, um, I know you saw my Instagram story, but my favorite band is the story so far, and they put out an album on Friday, and it is a fucking masterpiece.
Nice. When you said your favorite band, I thought you were gonna be like, I gotta see my favorite band in concert. I like Snaps, but apparently
I did see them on
I
Friday.
know. I was a bit jealous. I was gonna go, but since like I'm wearing the glasses right now, no, I was like, I don't feel like driving that far when I kind of have to drive like this because the sun's shining in my eyes and it my eyes not enjoying that.
Yeah, no, I get that. And like they were doing a competition thing, and there's a band that they played with, another local band that I genuinely think is very good. And I've had several of their songs on my playlist for a couple of years. And I was like, man, like I want to see both of them, but there's like six bands playing, and I don't
Yeah.
like to be out very late.
No, I get that.
And then I got there and they played right after I like snaps. So I was like,
Nice.
okay, I'm gonna stick around.
Yeah.
So I got to see both of them, and it was a really good show. And Mike and Levi did a hell of a job.
I do think I'm just gonna make fun of you really quick. You kind of calling them there. You're like, yeah, so I like Snaps are playing, and then this band that I really like that's local was playing.
Well, I haven't gotten to see them play. So
Okay.
it was like I know that I'm getting a good show with I like snaps.
Okay.
You never know. Like the first time you go see a band, it's like, are they a studio band or are they gonna sound good?
Yeah. No, I
Thankfully, they
gotcha.
sounded good.
Yeah, you and me, we're just a studio band.
We definitely are a studio band.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're a mess in person.
Nightmare.
So yeah, it's been a good weekend for music at least.
Nice, man. Now, did you just get the vinyl of the other band, or did you do both?
Yeah, so I wasn't able to get they did like a 1 in 500 vinyl that I was ready for.
Mm-hmm.
Just, my cart wasn't quick enough or
I
whatever.
gotcha.
So the one I got was the next one, which is like a 1 in 4,000 that I'm very happy with. It looks great. And then here's what I think is crazy. Somehow the story so far got a Target exclusive vinyl, which for a pop punk band, dude, you gotta be like Blink or Sum 41 level.
Yeah.
So
I like the fact that you can have your Target exclusive vinyl and then your wife can have her Target exclusive vinyl of T Swift. They're kind of the same thing now.
I know, right? But it's like, dude, either the story so far is just getting that big, or there's like a higher up at Target that really likes them, right? I don't really
Yeah,
see.
I part of me thinks it's like Target because like Walmart's doing it too, where they're trying to like just up their vinyl game because a lot of the other physical media is kind of like petering out. So they're probably getting big enough that they can, sustain that, but at the same time, it's like, Target and Walmart are both trying to gobble up that market because
Yeah,
they
yeah.
just like because no one's really buying DVDs. I mean, like if Walmart starts carrying or Target start carrying like the weird movies that I buy off SRS Cinema, I'd be all about that. But but I think they're
Yeah,
moving more into the vinyl.
yeah. Well, I wasn't gonna get the Target one because I bought that exclusive
Yeah,
one off their site. And then my lovely lady surprised me with the Target exclusive one. So
nice.
I'm gonna keep that one sealed.
Oh, it doesn't have like like a special song or anything like that on there.
No, it's just the vinyl itself is like a different splattering.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
gotcha.
yeah.
Because I know, because okay, I'm about positive. You were telling me this too, that um Taylor Swift when she did her like had her exclusives, wasn't it like they're like a special, not a special song, but like a version, like a
No,
remix or
it
some
is.
shit.
It's bonus. It's bonus
It's just a
songs.
bonus song. Okay, damn.
Usually it's multiples, and like eventually you were able to get all of the songs off of that album of hers.
Hmm.
But for a while, there was like you had to buy it like 3 times to get everything, and that is like That's insane to me. It's like, how
Yeah.
could you do that to your fans? Like, I know they're
Well,
gonna pay it.
yeah, she doesn't care. She likes money.
Yeah, yeah.
The funniest thing, speaking of just, I think I told you this, but my sister had tickets, like she had COVID, and so she was just sitting at her computer and she found out like when she was T Swift was up in Chicago, and my sister was just like, well, I'm not doing anything else. I might as well try to get those tickets, and she got tickets to see her. And then she found out how much the tickets were being resold, so she's like, fuck it. I might as well just, try that, And then she ended up getting, I think, making $2,000 on Taylor Swift tickets.
Yep, that sounds about right.
Yeah, I'm just like, that's good for you, Liz. Good for you.
Yeah, yeah. It's insane. I mean, she's selling out these stadiums too.
Yeah, that's the thing too. And like I've talked about this with like Billy Joel and stuff. And Taylor Swift, I get that she's doing like a proper show, but it's still like, man, it's in a stadium. Like that'd be hard for me to, spend a lot of money to want to see. Like it'd still be better than seeing like not musically, but it'd still be better like entertainment wise than seeing Billy Joel because it's like he's just gonna be on a piano. But
Yeah,
like
hers is like a full production.
yeah. So like that's better, but yeah, I don't because I want to see Billy Joel in concert, but I'm like I would much rather just not see it in a fucking baseball stadium where he's just sitting
Yeah, and he's the
playing
little
some.
ant down on the field.
Yeah, it's like when Elton John was doing his tour. I'm like, well, that would be pretty cool, I bet, because I bet he's a fucking maniac. But Billy Joel just does not. He seems very dry.
Hmm. Did you like that new song he put out a few months
Yeah,
ago?
yeah, I thought it
Yeah.
was pretty good. What about you?
Yeah, it was fine. I
Yeah,
mean, I like Billy Joel, but I'm not like a super Billy Joel fan.
yeah.
So I was like,
Were
yeah, this
you
is fine.
were you listening to it and being like, this doesn't sound like Green Day?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Man, a hot take. I don't really care for Green Day that much.
No, not at
And
all.
I know that everyone claims they're a big pop punk founding band, and I guess they are, but I just there's like a few that I like, but eh.
Yeah, I'm gonna toss this out there too. I saw a video of them like, you know, being like little punks and like talking shit about Trump, which it's like fair enough. But then they're also being like, we're super punk, go Biden. And it's like, that's not very punk of you of going with the grain, guys. Like
Yeah.
at least try to say go Kennedy.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with you there. So yeah, anyway, music podcast.
Yeah, let us know down below. What's your favorite Weezer song? Because they are the greatest band of all time.
Ooh, I'd really have to think about that. Hmm.
El Scorcho's mine.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. But see, mine's gonna be like one of their popular songs that you probably don't like as much as one that's not popular.
Okay, dude, really quick. I mean, I don't know why we're getting on a fucking Weezer tangent. Oh, I do because they're the greatest band to ever exist. I'm gonna show you my liked Weezer songs. So there's 58 liked Weezer songs on my Spotify. So I mean,
Yeah.
it's you're hard pressed to find something unless you're like, you know what, I really I don't think they got better from Can't Stop Partying. Then I'd be like, oof, bud. From the Ratitude Deluxe Edition? No, thank you.
Yeah, I'll say this though. I used to really hate Beverly Hills like a lot.
Yeah.
And now I listen to it and I'm like, I don't know why I hated it.
Yeah. It was because it was played all the time.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I think Beverly Hills is a damn good song. And then like of course Say It Ain't So, Buddy Holly. And then like they have like a new song, or it's probably 2 years old now, but it's called all my favorite songs, and that one's really good. But no, man, it's like I said, 58 fucking songs on
Yeah.
my light playlist on Spotify. Rivers is like one song away from me, of getting a fucking cease and desist because he's like, this is too fucking weird.
It's probably, I don't know. I do like the sweater song, but I also really just like Say It Ain't So. And I know it's
Yeah,
kind of basic, but I
who
like that
cares?
song.
I mean, if you haven't noticed, 9 out of 10 Weezer fans are the most basic Weezer fans. So like, oh, I'm like, I have this really good, thought of like they weren't good after Pinkerton. It's like, I mean, they're kind of the same music that we've had since the Blue Album, guys. And they're like, well, I don't know. I just, I'm like smarter about it than you, I guess. And the old stuff is the only stuff that's good. It's like,
It's like, shut up, dude. It's Weezer.
yeah, it's fucking Weezer. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, they are the greatest band. Fucking Paul McCartney heard them and made the Beatles because of them.
Yeah,
That's
for
how
sure.
good Weezer is.
For sure. For
Paul
sure.
was like, I was just gonna hit on this 16-year-old girl, but I've decided not to do that anymore. I'm gonna make a band because this band is so good.
I mean, the Beatles never put out Pork and Beans. I'm just saying.
Absolutely not. Yeah, that's gotta be what in your top three, right? Because
Yeah,
like,
I
yeah,
like that song a lot.
I know you do. I'm like, yeah, like after you mentioned, I'm like, dude, you mentioned Pork and Beans more than any other Weezer song.
Yeah. Yeah, it might be Pork and Beans. Anyway, let's talk about comic books.
Yeah.
News. I think I've got one or two more, so I'll start. Um, oh wait, we have a YouTube comment.
Oh,
It's from Preston. He says, "Hey dudes, it sucks to hear about Blade losing another director, but I do think it will still happen. Them having Mar oh gosh, Mahershala, is that how you say it? Ali on stage and making a big deal about the announcement put them in a corner that they just can't back out of. I disagree with that, but that's okay." He says, "That being said, I'm not very hopeful that it will be good." I don't think that they can't back out of it. I think they absolutely can't back out of it and might, but that's just me.
I think they easily could back out, but I don't think it's likely. I think no matter what, I think we're gonna get a Blade movie. I think it's probably gonna be bad though.
Yeah. And then he says, when it comes to the Acolyte, I'm definitely not as down on it as Jake. It's influenced by a Kurosawa movie that gives different perspectives of an event, revealing info from multiple points of view. But this show is not doing a good job of it so far, but hopefully in the end, it will make sense. I really want to see how it all plays out, but episode 4 had me disappointed in more ways than one. It also ended with the shitty anime trope of the cool battle is about to start, but right before the first blow, it drops to credits. I said fuck you out loud twice for episode 4. Lastly, Casey, I genuinely think that you would like Andor. It's just a good sci-fi story that happens to take place in the Star Wars universe. Stay cool, my dudes. P.S. Super happy that you both are interested in the new X-Men run. Thank you, Preston.
Yeah. And I mean, I check out Andor if because is it on Hulu? Because
Ooh,
I think
I
it
don't know.
might be. Because I
I have
know
no idea.
Hulu was like getting random Disney Plus exclusives every once in a while. And I check it out there, but I'm just not paying for Disney Plus.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, so on to news now. Uh, gosh, this one bums me out. Spaceballs is getting a sequel. Um, Josh Gad is working with Mel Brooks on it. We just don't need it. Why? Like, is Mel just running out of money? And he's like, okay, more history of the world, more Spaceballs. Like,
So the way it sounded in like interviews for History of the World is just kind of like Mel. I mean, he's an icon, obviously, and I think, and like he then gets these really shitty comedians Nick Kroll comes to mind that he's like, I think these guys are very funny. I want to work with them. And that's basically what History of the World was. I'm assuming this is about the same thing. Like Josh Gad's got for some reason, some pull in Hollywood, and he probably had a meeting with Mel Brooks, told him what he wanted to do. Mel was like, I love it. That's how it sounds. I'm not like, so for me personally, I think we're going to be kind of different on this. Spaceballs isn't one of my favorite Mel Brooks movies. Like it's kind of low on my Mel Brooks list. And I like it okay, but it just never was one that I liked as much as Men in Tights, Blazing Saddles, Young Frankenstein, where it's like, sequel might be fine, you know?
I don't like it more than those either, but I think it can just stay
Yeah.
on its
I
own.
mean, this is gonna still stay. It's just you're getting a sequel that probably won't be as good, just like Star Wars.
Hmm. I don't even feel that strongly one way or the other about Josh Gad. I don't really know him. I know he was the voice of Olaf in Frozen, and he hosted that amazing Lord of the Rings reunion during COVID that like made me weep.
Yeah.
The guy seems to be a genuine nerd. And so maybe with that Olaf money, he's able to make some things happen. Um, but yeah, it's nothing against Josh Gad. I was like, man, I just wish that this wasn't happening.
Yeah. No, I mean, it can only be better than History of the World Part Two. So like that's a plus.
Yeah, that had such abysmal ratings that I didn't even watch it, which is kind of crazy,
Yeah.
honestly.
I tried. I tried really hard, but I'm just like, Lord have mercy. That it's I and don't get me wrong, if you're a Nick Kroll fan, you'll probably really like it because it's Nick Kroll heavy. It was just like oof. Like I was kind of like the Dean whenever Britta started singing in that episode and like, ooh, Britta's in this? Like, ooh, Nick Kroll's in this?
See, I really like the league, and I didn't hate him in that. Like he plays a douche for sure,
Yeah.
but
But
it works.
he's not a Nick Kroll character though in that show. Like I've not watched a lot of the league, but like a Nick Kroll character is like the over the top stereotypical Jewish person. And that's like that's his like what he goes to all of the time. And it's just like, boy howdy, it wasn't even funny the first time you did it, my guy, and you've been doing this for about 12 hours straight.
Well, I mean, I could see why Mel would like that, you
Yeah.
know. And again, not a dig. It's just, yeah, Mel likes to incorporate, uh, you know, the Jewish religion into his works. So I'm sure that's why he likes Nick Kroll.
Yeah. All right, man. We got some new pics of Mr. Terrific and Superman and the whole, like of them in their costume and stuff.
I
Mr.
didn't
Terrific.
see those.
Oh, okay. Um, Mr. Terrific looks great, except, a normal complaint that we have on here is where's the beef? He's a little guy, or he just looks a little bit, little because he's next to Corn Sweat. And then there's things about the old Corn Sweat costume that I'm like, yeah, I like this, but because like like we were complaining, like the colors need to be a little bit more vibrant, and they
Yeah.
are in these pictures, and they look good. I just fucking hate the Kingdom Come S on there, bright too. It's like Kingdom Come S doesn't need to be bright. First off, it should be a more solemn thing, and it also shouldn't be in the first movie of your new universe. It's just pretty stupid.
Mr. Terrific looks cool. It's a good
Yeah,
costume.
yeah, he's just a little small. That's
Hmm.
my only complaint with him, and that S I'm not super hot on, and
But even the Superman costume, they just made it too big, like it's crinkly where his muscles should be.
yeah. Which I have a feeling James Gunn's gonna, it's gonna be the trope of my mom made the suit for me. And I don't think Mark Kent's, gonna be making something that's gonna be form fitting.
Yeah.
So I will give it that argument.
I and it's the first movie. it can be not perfect in this first movie
Yeah.
for me.
And I've heard rumors we're getting more than just one costume too.
Hmm, okay. Like he's gonna find the ship and get a costume from
I
there.
don't know. I just heard he's gonna have more than one.
Hmm, all
James
right.
Gunn's like, we gotta sell them toys.
Um, okay. Let's talk about some cancellations. I'll just lump all these together. So, first off, I read this in the news and then found out after reading the issue. We get one more issue of She-Hulk. Sensational She-Hulk's ending after number 10, which is the next issue. Also, Doctor Strange has no solicitations for September, and after you read 16 this week, it also says to be concluded. So that also must be canceled.
I
Um,
wonder if they're being brought back with a new name.
if they do that again for She-Hulk, man, I'm gonna be so fucking annoyed.
Yeah.
And I'll be fine with it for Doctor Strange if it's Jed McKay, because
Yeah.
boy, I love his Doctor Strange. Okay, and then the third one, and this actually came out like right after we dropped the last episode. But Zeb Wells and John Romita Jr. are off Amazing Spider-Man at issue 58, which comes out in September. So that's going to be getting a new creative team, and maybe finally I'll start reading Amazing Spider-Man again. We'll see who the
I
team
mean,
is.
if they're still, release it once a week, I don't know. I don't know if I'd, want
Oh,
to.
they haven't done that in a while.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, are your people that go to your shop excited that Zeb Wells is getting off Spider-Man? Because I know you have a big
Yes.
Spider-Man shop and everyone hates the Zeb Wells stuff.
Yep. Yep. Like
Yeah.
literally everybody. They're just
Yeah.
picking it up because they're completionists.
Yeah.
And I get it. I bought a lot of Nightwing that was dog shit,
Yeah.
but I don't know. The rumor is um that it's Williamson.
Oh wow. If it is, I'm picking it up.
Yeah. You know, he name dropped a big title that he couldn't say no to, you know, that fell in his lap
Yeah.
right after we get, or right around the same time we get news that Wells is off ASM. So who knows?
Be awesome. All right. So we got a Cape Crusader sort of trailer. Like it was said that it was a trailer, then I Googled it and it's like, oh, it's really not. It's just kind of like naming all, it's just showing like buildings and you have a narrator and then it shows a bunch of different voice actors. And we didn't get like whoever all of them are going to be, but like John DiMaggio, Bender from Futurama, he's going to be in it, probably playing the Joker. I kind of hope he's not because he's done it before and it's like a less good Mark Hamill. It's still solid, but it'd be cooler if he's playing someone else. So we get all, new fresh things. And then Minnie Driver was another name that stuck out to me where I'm like, who the heck is she playing? My guess automatically goes Talia al Ghul, but then here are the official ones. We have Hamish Linklater as Batman, and he was the narrator doing his Batman voice. His Batman voice is good. Didn't hear a Bruce Wayne voice, so we'll see if he can switch between the two. Christina Ricci as Catwoman, which it's like I love that casting just in the movies, let alone as the voice actor. I love me some Christina Ricci. Jamie Chung as Harley Quinn. I don't know her, so I don't really have an opinion. And then this was the weirdest one to me. Diedrich Bader as Two-Face.
He should be Batman.
I mean, he is an awesome Batman, but I do like that I like that we're getting these new things, but it's like I don't know about him as Two-Face. You know what I mean? Like I'm here for it. Like I think he did it. Like I said, I wasn't super hot on him as Batman originally, but he won me over. So it's like I have a feeling he'll win me over again, you know?
Yeah, I loved him as Batman. I really thought he was great.
Yeah. He like so Kevin Conroy is the best Batman, but Diedrich did such a good job of doing that specific Batman that it's like, yeah, this is still S tier.
Yeah, and I mean, between him and DiMaggio as Aquaman, that
Oh yeah.
show, I mean, everything about that show was great, honestly.
Hmm.
But I don't know. I'm glad both those guys are still involved. Hopefully they're good for their roles.
Yeah. Well, DiMaggio for sure will be because he is just like Diedrich, he's still an actor, so like his voice acting isn't as good as like DiMaggio's. DiMaggio's is he's a fucking voice actor. He's gonna get whatever. Oh, and then I think it's the voice of SpongeBob, Kenny. Like
Hmm.
what's it? Yeah, I can't think of his first name. He's gonna be in it, which should be pretty awesome too.
Yeah,
Because
he's great. What is
he's
his
a
last name? It's gonna
because
be
he's a
like, duh.
but yeah, so he like but getting actual voice actors I always prefer
Tom
versus
Kenny.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, Tom Kenny.
So it should be like I'm like moderately excited about this show. We'll see how it goes. It's gonna be on Prime. So yeah.
All right. My last bit of news. We're getting another Blade series in October. It's going to be 5 issues and it's called Blade Red Band. It's going to be written by Brian Edward Hill with art by CF Villa. I don't know about the artist, but Hill is the one who wrote this last series. Um, I'm fine with it. I just hope it has there's like a clear story and not
Yeah.
it's 5 issues. Ah, shit. It's 11 issues.
Yeah, right.
So, because I like the book,
Mm-hmm.
it just needed to be, I don't know, wrapped up a little better, I guess. So,
Right.
and also not only is it Red Band in name, but they said it will follow that violent Red Band thing that they're doing with Blood Hunt right now. So that should be pretty cool at least.
Nice. All right, so Marvel has the rights back to their Godzilla comic, I guess that's why this is happening. So they are now like gonna be re-releasing that is what I've heard. And then also they have a bunch of Marvel variant Godzilla covers. Have you seen them yet?
No.
Okay, dude, I don't have a link, but just pull it up on the old screen with your magic screen powers and show it off because the Thor one you're gonna freaking love. I think the Daredevil one might be my favorite though, but I like all of them. It makes me mad that, it's going to be what a 1 in 2,000 variant that Jake will have to make $100 on. So,
It won't be it won't be an incentive.
But no, they all look pretty sweet and I'm here for it. It should be fun. Hopefully we can get some more Godzilla versus the Avengers. That'd be pretty dope too. The screen airing has commenced.
That
Yeah,
one's
that
pretty
Daredevil one
good.
is sweet as hell.
Oh, that's so cool.
I knew you'd like that one a lot.
That is so cool. Oh, that's all it's showing me.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, there's a few other ones out there too, but
Yeah, this is just showing all the old ones.
yeah,
Well,
but
I'll check them out on Diamond because they'll be up for order soon, I'm
yeah.
sure. Don't worry, I'll get you one of each.
Thanks. But that's the news, man. Really quick, I've been watching. I'm caught up on The Boys. I got that done this weekend, and like people are mad because they're having to like really nail home that they're making fun of the right wing people and like those people on the show shouldn't be like you know loved and supported by the fans. And so it's like, yeah, they had to make stuff dumber for the people watching to be like, oh, this is stupid, basically. And so like that kind of hurt it. And then also the thing that hurt the most for me is like the fucking 2 year wait between seasons. Like no one's
Yeah.
really talking about that, but my goodness, it's like it's so hard for me to like care as much after taking a 2 year hiatus, you know?
Yep, I agree. I saw a really funny article that was like, you know, Trumpers upset that they're just now getting the point or something
Yeah,
like that. And that made me chuckle. But
yeah.
I don't know, it's like you can think Homelander is cool. Uh you shouldn't be rooting for him. He's a
No.
villain. It's like, yeah,
Yeah.
villains are cool, but come on, guys.
It's like, but one of the things that does annoy me too, though, is like they'll go out of their way to show like this awful shit that happened to him. And like, because like this last episode, it was like heavy in to like the lab that they like basically tortured a young kid, Homelander. And then like he just, is messing with them. And it's like, it's over the top, but at the same time, like they went out of their way to be like, this is justified. Like, basically without saying it, it's like, I mean, I guess, but at the same time, people can just be pieces of shit. Like I don't know. I think they went too over the top of with it being like, he was a kid that was being treated really badly, and that's why he's now killing these people. It's like,
I don't care for the feel bad for the villain trope. That happens
no.
way too much. It's
It
like
happens way
I
too
don't
much
I don't
now.
want to feel
Yeah,
bad for him. Like
exactly.
he
Because
can
like
just
not,
be a piece of shit.
yeah, because like 9 times out of 10 in real life, the villain's like the reason why, you know, like fucking let's just hypothetically, since people don't like him, or like let's go Jeff Bezos. The reason why he would do something evil is because he can make an extra $20,000.
Sure.
It's like it's nothing like because his parents punched him in the face or he didn't get a birthday cake or whatever. It's like no, he can make a little bit more money and that's it.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I 100% agree with you because it's like that trope worked the first time, but then like, we got about 15 Marvel movies that did that, and then the TV shows that did that, and then now they're trying to do it with Homelander, and it's just like, no, he's kind of a monster, guys. Like, come on.
He's completely a monster.
Yeah. But he had a rough childhood, man. And then like this season, fucking like I'm gonna spoil last season, but it's been out for 2 years, so sorry, Jake. But there was a part when like last season where Soldier Boy and Butcher had him killed. They were gonna kill him. They had him done. And then the kid is like, "No, Butcher, don't do it." And so the Butcher's like, "Oh, I guess I'm not gonna kill the guy that I've been wanting to kill all these seasons." And then this season, he's like, "I'm gonna take this fucker down." It's like you had your shot. Like, get out of here.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like I really liked season one and two, but I just don't know if I care enough to do the rest.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, I think you're gonna be better off just waiting, waiting for it all to come out and then just rewatch one and two and then three, four, and five because it's like, boy, howdy, that first season's gonna be old enough to vote by the time the final season comes out.
Yeah, plus there's like the spin-offs and
Oh,
blah
I
blah
have
blah.
no interest in the spin-offs.
Yeah. Yeah. Some of the I almost hate to say this because it's not everybody, obviously. That's the case with anything.
Hmm.
But most people that come in the shop and they're just jerking off for the boys. They're just so annoying.
Yeah.
They're just so annoying. They're Deadpool fans. They're
Hmm.
Walking Dead fans.
Joker. They have a Joker beanie on.
Yeah, yeah. And I don't know. It's like, dude, it's fine if you like this story, but stop making it your personality,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Well, what'd you read this week, man?
I read Doctor Strange 16, The One Hand number 5, Sensational She-Hulk number 9, Immortal Thor number 12, Uncle Scrooge and the Infinity Dime number 1, and Masters of the Universe Revolution at number 2.
Oh, no last Ronin?
Nope.
Damn. All right. So I read One Hand also, but to stay on brand, I left it downstairs apparently. Since I was like, I can't even remember that I had it. Um, but I also read Green Lantern War Journal number 10, The Invincible Iron Man number 19, Batman 149, The Last Ronin Revolution number 2, Destro number 1, Sensational She-Hulk number 9, and Doctor Strange 16.
Nice. I'll say this. I tried to read Batman, and after 2 pages, I was like, I don't have one fucking clue what's going on here, so I closed it.
I gotcha, man. Well, I will start with Green Lantern War Journal issue 10 by Philip Kennedy Johnson and Montos on the art. Art's really, really good. More stuff with like the Dark Star stuff that John's dealing with. His mom is still fighting that stuff too. And then we get the dude from the alternate universe. He got his butt kicked by a bunch of different lanterns, and then this guy, this guy comes to save him. He
Is it
couldn't.
Guy Gardner?
I mean, I'll just give you one more hint. He sure looks like he would be helpful in a garden.
Does he look like a real warrior?
Ha ha! No, he kind of looks like a douchebag. It's Guy Gardner. So yeah, he saves him at the end, and I'm pretty excited to see how that goes.
I
This
almost
was
I almost want to just sit down and read the last 3 back issues to get caught back up.
Yeah, you'll like it. You'll probably like it more than me because I mean, you're enjoying Hulk more than me, and it's like, I mean, it's not similar. It's a lot different with the way the horror is done, but it's still Philip Kane Johnson horror, and you're just a bigger fan of that than me. So I like it. I think it's fine. I think the story's cool. Probably 8 out of 10.
All right. It's not too shabby.
Nah. I mean, it is for Mr. Philip Kennedy Johnson, but
Yeah.
hold him to a higher degree than others.
All right. Masters of the Universe Revolution number 2. Which by the way, another really fucking cool cover. It's hard to go wrong with Hordak and Skeletor on the cover.
Are you mad though? It's not the girl every time. Like you're just like, I just wish it was old Shitara every time.
No, I'm cool with it.
Okay.
I think Hordak's dope, being a She-Ra fan, so I'm glad that he's getting the love in this series. It's written by Timmy Shares. Well, okay, it says story by Tim Sheridan, Rob David, and Ted
Kaczynski?
Biaselli.
Oh.
Script by Timmy Shares, and then pencils by Daniel HDR. I won't speak too much on it. I really like the art. Just a lot of like red and black since it's all Hordak themed, but the art's real good. Um, and it's just him trying to, uh, train the person that's going to be Skeletor to like his side, basically. So it's just a damn cool story. I like it.
Nice.
I'm gonna give it an 8. Really looking forward to the next one.
Right on. All right. So The Invincible Iron Man, issue 19 by Gary Duggan and Andre DeVito. on the art. And so yeah, War Machine goes to this bar, the bar with no name, and he's like, "Hey, we need to help. I need help fighting these orcas." And he, does these like, and then they're like, "I don't know about that." Then they're like, "We got a bunch of weapons that Tony's been stockpiling. You can just have them and help us out." And he's like, "I like the sound of that." And they all start helping him to, destroy stuff. And it's one of those things too where like Tony's got his new suit and his suit, he's like, "Ah, my suit's so strong. I'm just destroying these things." It's like you were having trouble 2 issues ago, my guy. Like, what is going on? Why can you just like one shot these Iron Man Sentinels now? It's like, because I forgot how strong this new armor was. It was just kind of, silly that way. But yeah, we get some Stiltman action, and then like Rhodey's setting up a team where it's gonna be Rhodey and Tony, and apparently they're gonna like get these, bad guys and turn them good. So I know Living Laser and Sandman will be on it for sure, but it sounds neat. I like it. It's fine. It's probably a 7.5,
Do you think since Iron Man is ending that they're gonna do like a team book then?
Probably. And I have
Yeah.
a feeling Iron Man's gonna come back for the new issue one, the
Oh
Marvel
yeah. I
way.
mean it'll be a 4 or 5 issue series and then they'll
Yeah.
relaunch Iron Man. All right. Uncle Scrooge and the Infinity Dime. It's written by Jason Aaron with art by Paolo Matura, Francesco Di Polito, Alessandro Pastoricio, and Giada Perisinotto. Real fucking sorry about all that. But it starts with a pretty cool little letter by Jason Aaron just saying how much he fucking loves Scrooge McDuck and how it was like the first comic that he and his son read together, and then they've like gone about collecting the series and reading everything together.
We should have had him and his son on with the testing room boys.
I know, man. It was really nice though. And honestly, the story is just so much fun, dude. We get, Scrooge wears the first dime he ever made on around his neck like a necklace.
Mhm.
And he finds a mirror, and there's like an evil Scrooge through the mirror that is just wearing a bunch of dimes around his neck because he's going around to the multiverse and stealing every Scrooge's first dime. So, Scrooge finds oh shit, what's his name? Oh, Gyro Gear Loose, who's I don't know, he's that duck inventor guy from
Okay.
Disney. But anyways, Scrooge and him and the nephews and Donald, they like put together this team of multiverse Scrooges and Donalds to go fight evil Scrooge and get all of Scrooge's money bins back and returned. And it very much reads like one of those old Uncle Scrooge comics. Like
Yeah.
there was a lot of that, story elements from that Les Mis book in this.
Hmm.
So, you can tell that Jason Aaron really is a huge Uncle Scrooge fan. And the art is really good in each chapter. Like all the artists do a great job. It's not super jarring. And then the second half is a facsimile of the Christmas on Bear Mountain issue, which Jason Aaron talks about being the first one that he fell in love with. So it's just a really nice pairing. I'm sure this book meant a lot to Jason Aaron, and honestly, he did a damn good job with it. There were a lot of great covers. I picked up the A cover because it's Alex Ross, and Alex Ross can even make Uncle Scrooge look
That's pretty
fucking
awesome.
awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, very happy that I read it. This is a thick book. Normally this would be easily a $10 book at
Hmm.
Marvel. and it
Mhm.
was it was $8, which is still expensive, but I thought for sure Marvel would have made this a $10 book.
Yeah.
So good on them for not doing so, but I really liked it. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10.
Right on. I do think like because I watched a death battle and I know they do like just high end feats all the time on Scrooge. So like I get like a team of Scrooges, that's a powerhouse team.
Yeah.
But then like you throw in some Donalds in there and it's like his incompetence will automatically weaken that team so much.
Well, so there's like the medieval knight Scrooge and the Space Ranger Scrooge and all these cool Scrooges. And then it was basically like, oh, well, the army of Beetle Boys is too much for us. What are we gonna do? And then like a plane flies over and all the Donalds parachute out.
Oh,
They're
nice.
just like the army to fight the Beetle Boys. And
I
it's like
gotcha.
that makes sense for
Yeah,
sure. So it
there we
worked
go.
out nicely.
Okay, perfect. All right, so Batman 149 by Chip Zdarsky with Michelle Bandini and Steve Lieber on the art. Art's really good. Um, the character writing's really good. So like we got the clone Batman, or it was Robin, but it was actually just a clone of Bruce from the last issue. And basically, Zur-En-Arrh and Failsafe, slash Failsafe made this Bruce just to be a clone. And it's like, yeah, he's gonna age and die, and then I'm gonna pop out the next clone. And that was how he was gonna do his Robins. Very much like Batman does his Robins. Like, yeah, when they die, I just get a new one. And so Batman, like the whole thing is like Batman's trying to figure out how to help him, and he can't. And finally he dies. But before he died, he actually chopped his hand. Like the old guy before he got too old chopped his hand off and was like, Bruce, here's a clone hand for you. Bruce had to have been thinking like, I can just clone and harvest these people. This is perfect. I mean, he wasn't saying it out loud, but like, he had to have been thinking it. But then like when Zur-En-Arrh had taken over, he got a bunch of the Wayne assets back. So Bruce has a bunch of money, and then he bought this old area of Gotham, and he's rebuilding the house, which it's like I think the thought of Bruce standing on top with like hammering stuff and with a nail gun, like I just automatically think like the actual contractors are there like when's this rich idiot gonna move out of the way so we can do the actual work, because he's just been nailing in a brick wall for the past 10 minutes thinking he's doing something.
Right.
Because there's no way he went to carpentry school in between learning how to fight crime. And then Catwoman shows up and they, basically get back together. It's a nice issue. I get why you had no fucking clue what was going on with the clone shit. But
Yeah, dude. I was like, what?
yeah,
Clone of Bruce? What?
but it's like I said, it's good. I'm probably at a 8.5 for it. I'm hoping this next arc's gonna, not have a fucking robot that can beat everybody. But Mark Waid's taking that over now, so who cares?
Yeah. I might check it out if a new arc is starting.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I like I was flipping through it and I saw an article that was like fans of the Bat family are really gonna like this issue. So I flipped through it and I saw that like some of the other members were in it. And I was like, oh, okay. Oh, they're rebuilding the mansion. Interesting. Maybe I will check this out. And then it
Yeah.
just kind of got away from me. It's interesting that they gave him all of his money back.
Well, it's like it's not even his mansion, it's a different mansion because Vandal Savage owns Wayne Manor. But the one thing I think is funny is like all of the Bat family was there except for Harper Row. I like to think she was waiting by her phone, like, Scott Snyder said I was gonna be one of the most important characters. I know I'm gonna be getting a call.
Yep. Okay. Immortal Thor number 12 by Al Ewing and Boy, where is the credits page? Valentina Pinti. It was pretty fun. Basically, it's Thor versus his great grandfather in like a game of riddles, essentially. And then some evil power had taken over Tyr, so Thor has to use the power he got, solving the riddle of his great grandfather to rid Tyr of this evil spirit. Which ended up being pretty neat. I liked it. And then at the end, there was some like prophecy being foretold that Thor's end is coming soon, just like they say every arc.
Mm-hmm.
But so like there's an annual coming out next, but then whenever the regular series comes back, uh it's Enter Hercules. And I know how Casey feels about Al Ewing's Hercules, so we'll see how that plays out in this book.
Yeah.
Who like the tone of this book is so different from that Guardians book. I'm really curious how it's going to play out.
I have a feeling, I'm just gonna say this now, Hercules will be hopefully silly and have a personality.
Yeah, I
Because
think
that's
he
how
should.
you make this book sound. It's like actually has personality instead
Hmm.
of that Guardians book.
I think so too. And like you can't really see it, but the Alex Ross cover, they're just like arm wrestling at a
Dude,
diner.
already seen that cover and I
It's
fucking love
great.
that cover. Yeah,
Yeah, it's great. So yeah, anyway, this book was cool. I'm gonna give it another 8. Just a solid Thor book.
right on. All right, so The Last Ronin, Re-Evolution Issue 2 by Tom Waltz and Kevin Eastman with art by Isu and Isaac Escorza and Ben Bishop. This is a chatty book this time around.
Your
But
favorite.
yeah, I mean, I'm okay with it sometimes, but boy, howdy. This is just like a lot of science talk and then like talk about, oh, maybe the turtles shouldn't be a thing. And then it's just pages upon pages of like her talking to the robot guy about that. And then there's like random politics stuff for New York, in the future and all that stuff. The turtles are great though. I love them. Um, yeah, it looks like they're gonna be getting some powers. It's good. Like I, a little sad that you didn't pick it up, my man, but you know,
Yep.
it's pretty solid. I'm gonna probably go 7 out of 10. I was a little let down with it, but it was still fine.
I just got our 3 Muchis.
All right, so I'll talk about Destro really quick by Dan Waters and Andre Bresson. And dude, this is a really good first issue. And since you're a Dan Waters fan, I just got to recommend it to you. You'd like it, I think. Um, Destro he basically just takes over a country and then he starts selling weapons and stuff. It's good. It's really, the art's pretty solid and whatnot. And, Destro's gonna have a fun little enemy or a couple enemies that he gets to butt heads with. And yeah, the bats look way tougher in this than they did in Duke. Yeah, I'm probably at a 9 for it. I liked it.
All right. Muchi time.
Yeah, man.
Let's do She-Hulk One Hand Strange.
Let's switch She-Hulk in one hand since my one hand is downstairs.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Yes, silly goose.
All right, so the One Hand number 5 by Ron V and Lawrence Campbell. Final issue had a weird fucking ending.
Hmm.
Super weird. I liked it, but I had to read the last couple pages like a couple times to because I was like, wait, what?
Yeah,
But what'd you think, dude?
I liked it, but it kind of like this was probably one of my least favorite issues of this series so far. I still liked it, but I don't know. It just didn't it wasn't it wasn't the ending that I wanted. You know what I mean? It was like when you get whenever you're like, oh man, I'm gonna be getting some ice cream tonight, fucking cookies and cream flavor, and then they give you cookie dough instead. You're like, this is still good, but boy, it's not what I wanted. And
Yeah.
I know we can't really grade things on what we wanted versus what we got. Because what we got was still interesting and good. I'm really excited to see what Six Fingers is going to be like with the next, that one. Because there's like, it felt like this was like the first time where I'm like, we're missing so much from the last issue of that. Like I want to know what the heck's going on there.
Yeah. Yep. I agree. I mean, essentially, he just finds this place where people, live outside of regular society, essentially, and they offer to send him back if he doesn't want to stay, and he'll just forget everything he learned outside, in this place. So it's like, all right, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just went from like a cool crime book to just way out there sci-fi kind of.
Yeah. That's exactly, I 100% agree. Like I said, cookies and cream versus, cookie dough. But yeah, I liked it a bit. It was just kind of a letdown still for me because I was wanting more, detective stuff and less whatever the heck that was. But it's still well written. So yeah, I'm probably at an 8.
I think I'm in like a 6.5.
Yeah,
Like I realize it's part of a series, but like judging it on its own, it's not a very good issue.
fair enough.
So
Alrighty, so the Sensational She-Hulk by Rainbow Rowell and Andres Ginolette on the art. And I liked it. What do you think? She gets back from her vacation,
yeah,
does wrestle some beefcake baddies.
yeah, it was definitely a step up from the last few issues we've gotten. Even Jack is like a lot more tolerable in this.
Hmm.
But yeah, Captain Marvel really wants She-Hulk to join the Avengers as like her first lieutenant, and she doesn't want to because she doesn't want to leave Jack because no one else knows Jack's back. And he's like, nah, do it. Everything will be fine. We can keep being us. And I guess we'll find out if what she decides in that last issue.
Yep.
But
Man, like I love the way Rainbow writes Captain Marvel. Just I think that's, just such a good job with her. Um, and I also just like it's always funny to me when you get like a Hulk, Thor, Vision, Captain Marvel, Wanda, Tony, and then you're like, oh, and then here's Captain America. And like, at least T'Challa, like, he can build stuff, so he's got that going for him. But then it's just like, what are you gonna do, Captain America?
give a
Like,
speech.
yeah, he's like, oh, I'm gonna say some stuff and throw my shield, and none of you guys can throw my shield. It's
But
like,
that
fair
really is
enough.
what he does. Like even
Yeah,
even in last week's issue of Blood Hunt, that's what he did. He gave a speech to the people.
so stupid.
I don't know. One of them's got to be the one that gives hope, I guess.
Yeah, he's basically Jeff Winger, is what you're saying.
Hmm. Yeah, he gives a classic winger speech. That's it.
But no, this is probably my pick of the week. I'm probably at a 9 for it, maybe 9.5. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I'll give it a 9 as well. Actually, I don't know what my pick of the week was. Probably Scrooge, but this was close. And also, it's got just a really good A cover.
Yeah. You
It's
know how I
issue
like
it's
my muscle mommies,
yeah. It's issues like this, it like makes me sad there's only one more. Because it's
right?
like, well, if they were all like this, it'd keep going.
I don't know. I think it's gonna. I think a She-Hulk book for a long period of time is a hard sell anymore,
Yeah. What isn't though?
right?
All right, and then finally we've got Doctor Strange number 16 by Jed McKay and Pascal Ferry. And it's a Blood Hunt tie-in. I don't think it's as critical to Blood Hunt as number 15 was, but I think this is critical to Doctor Strange. So it's like less of a Blood Hunt tie-in for sure.
Yeah,
But I liked it. I thought it was pretty cool. And also I really love that last page.
yeah. No, the last page was the best. Um, yeah, I just kind of thought the like Wong. I mean, I get what they're trying to do, but it's like, how many fucking containment spells are there that Wong would know that he can't fucking hold Vampire Doctor Strange in place with? He's
Yeah.
just like, he's just like, oh no, I gotta run because I can't kill him. And it was like, come on. So I thought that was kind of dumb. But
Yeah.
it was
I don't
still
disagree.
still a fun fight. And that last page, like you said, I'm curious too if the War Doctor is gonna play any part since they're kind of in his area too.
He should.
I mean, he'll probably be pretty like, oh, I don't really care because I'm busy playing my D&D game.
Yeah, but a team up with him and Bats and the Snakes and the fucking Mordo, right?
Yeah.
Should be pretty fun. And I'm just glad that even though it's the last issue, we're finally circling back around to those characters. So,
Hmm.
um, and I'll say this, man, I wasn't hot on Fairy's art in the beginning, but it's grown on me with each issue.
Yeah.
And I thought it was really good in this one with those
Yeah,
fight scenes.
for sure, man. But I've always been a fan.
Yeah.
So, but I'm probably at an 8.5. I thought it was good.
And I think I liked it more than you, so I gotta go 9.
All right, man. So what are you excited about for next week?
I'm gonna go with Sonic the Hedgehog Spring Broken, number 1, which is just their springtime special. Um, and then I'll say William of Newbury, number 2, and Zatanna Bring Down the House, number 1.
Nice. I'm gonna go Godzilla Here There Be Dragons, number 2, issue 1. And Godzilla versus Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, number 2, issue 3. And
Big
then
Godzilla week.
I know, right? And then I'll say Helverine, issue 2.
I need you. Oh, I just realized that I listed Gotcha Man number 1 twice. Um, I need you to manifest a very busy week for me because there's a shit ton of titles out,
Yeah.
and I need people to come in and pay that diamond bill.
Yeah, yeah, hear that? Go to Telegraph Road and comic headquarters and give Jake money. Don't buy
Hmm.
back issues though. If you buy a back issue, he'll kick you out. You got to buy new books only,
Or
right?
maybe
That's what.
both.
Oh, okay. Or both. For every new issue you get, Jake will give you 5 back issues. That's helping, right?
Oh my gosh. Shut up.
It's a new sale that I just came up with as the guy who has no money in the shop. All right, Fantastic Four time. Give me 4 characters that you just want to see a comic accurate costume of in a movie or a TV show.
Let's go with so I want Donny Cates era Thor costume.
That'd be pretty
That
sweet.
that costume was so fucking good.
See, I figured if you were still having Chris Hemsworth, you'd want 90s Thor costume.
I love that one too. I think that one's great.
The stripper Thor? Or not really
The
stripper,
the the
but
sleeveless cut one, yeah.
yeah.
Although, was that Masterson though?
So Masterson, when he had the beard, that was like when he had the beard, Master that was Masterson. And then when Thor came back, him and Lady Sif like just went to the same fucking stylist who was just goddamn terrible. And it was just like, let's just put random straps of stuff and then shoulder pads for Thor.
Of course,
Yeah.
need shoulder pads.
Yeah. So Jake, if you want to like put my face on either Thor or Lady Sif's for this week, and you put yours on 90s Thor or Lady Sif for this week,
Yeah,
feel free. That's just a something for you.
I'll make a note for that. Um, so yeah, Donny Cates Thor. Um, the Terry McGinnis Batman Beyond. I think
Ooh,
that could be
yeah,
so good.
yeah.
Also, I want to say, well, no, not that one. Trying to think of. I know it would maybe be kind of silly, but Mr. Miracle, I think,
Yeah. I
just
could
because
listen to
I
that.
want to see how that would turn out live
Yeah.
action.
The only hard part with Miracle, and this is also be with Terry, but Terry, since it's the future, it's easy to write. Like Miracle, like because when he talks, his mouth still moves, and like trying to do that in live action, I think would be tough.
Yeah, I think you're right. Um, ooh, and then I'm gonna go with Demon Knights era Etrigan, where he was wearing that badass armor suit.
Yeah,
That was
nice.
so cool.
That was a like a weird book that they were like. I mean, it was good, but it was also weird that that was like, yeah, let's have this be one of our new 52 first titles to really reboot things.
Dude, it was basically medieval Justice League Dark.
Yeah, and it was awesome, but at the same time, I'm
Yep,
like,
it was. I can't believe it went for 3 volumes. I
yeah.
really can't.
But for me, I'm gonna go with like any of the Kyle Rayner design Green Lantern suits because
Even the
he's got
big chunky mask.
dude, I fucking love that big chunky mask. So good. Um, and then I think Booster Gold, I'm excited to see what they do because I do think they're gonna go comic accurate with it.
Yeah.
And they did go comic accurate with Hercules, and he's one of my favorites. It's just, not enough beef. Um, let's try to think I'm trying to think of like a couple Marvel boys that I like.
Yeah, I didn't choose very many.
Let's go with Ghost Rider. Like we get a nice another comic accurate looking Ghost Rider because it's like it's pretty easy to do Ghost Rider since it's just like, yeah, he's the coolest looking mofo on the planet. And then
Leather.
yeah, leather and flaming head. And then while we're talking leather, Thunderstrike, when he eventually gets his own movie, I want that comic accurate as fuck.
I know you don't want that to be a movie. You
I
don't
don't
trust them.
I don't trust them at all, but at the same time, how cool would it be to see that costume?
Yeah.
It'd be awesome. Let us know down below who you want to see a comic accurate costume of and why is it probably like Jim Starlin era Moondragon. You're like, ooh, I love a ball lady.
All right. That's the end of the episode. I'm going to plug in the recording that I did for the closing plugs
Oh,
here.
you fancy pants.
I know. And we'd love to stay in chat, but I don't know. I don't
I mean,
really
really quick
this is a
though,
tough one.
really quick. Leave a comment down below. Let us know, um, like I was saying, favorite Weezer song. Let us know your characters you want to see, the most comic accurate. I'm trying to stall so Jake can come up with something about this movie. Let's say, tell us what books you're just excited for in the coming week. Maybe you're like, Helverine, hell yeah, Irene. And I'll be like, that didn't really work.
But yeah, we'd love to stay in chat, but Casey has to get assassinated, and I have to learn how to be the next world's best assassin. So we'll catch you next time. Bye, guys.
Sounds kind of depressing. He was also an Italian job, by the way, and I've seen that one.
Oh,
Bye.
yeah, good one.
Thank you for listening to the Two Worlds Podcast. You can follow us on Instagram at Two Worlds Pod, on Twitter at two_worlds_PC, and on Facebook at facebook.com/twoworldspodcast. You can email us with any questions or comments at twoworldspodcast@gmail.com, and if you would, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are Two Worlds Podcast on YouTube.